Hello and welcome to the blogcast. Today we're going to be talking about inactive clients within SMS 2003 and how to keep them clean. Most importantly, we're going to be talking about the client health monitoring tool, which is an extra add-on to SMS 2003, which is available from Microsoft's website. If we take a look within the site settings of my site TBR, we have the delete inactive client discovery data option. This is disabled by default, and so one thing that I would recommend is to enable this task and run it potentially every 90 days or every 30 days, depending on a schedule that your organization needs. We'll also notice if I scroll down to the All Systems collection that we have several columns that give us basic information about our resources. The one that I'm interested in today is the active column here on the right. This is really important that all of your clients are active, because if a client is listing as inactive, then it typically means that the client is having an issue with its health. Active means that it has received an inventory or a ping from the client within a certain period of time. The default is 7 days. Well, one of the things that I like to install is the client health monitoring tool, because that actually works a lot more robust than what comes by default with SMS 2003. If I minimize my administrator console and I go down to my desktop, I've already downloaded and extracted the client health tool. If I double click and I go ahead and run the installation, accept the EULA, pick the default, and then we're finished. It only takes a couple seconds to install, but then we need to go in and configure it. And we go into configure client health monitoring tool. Okay, once it's come up here, we need to enter in some information. First of all, we need to put in the SQL Server name. Add in the site database name. And the client health database name. I'm going to use the local system account. Click apply, and that's going to create the database. Right now it's restarting the service that was installed for the client health monitoring tool. And if we go into our options tab, I like to go ahead and make sure that all my clients receive a heartbeat, a software and hardware inventory within a particular number of days. I tend to take 7 days as the default, but that's a personal decision that you'll have to make within your organization. I can go ahead and collect pulse information, and I can ping my clients right now to see if they're actually online to get the ball rolling. I can update the SMS database, and I can remove age data, and we'll keep it down to 31 days. And maybe just bring it down to 30. Click apply and click OK. I always like to go into SQL and verify that my database was created. If I take a look at the databases, I can see that my SMS underscore client health database has been created. That's all I've ever needed to check within SQL. And within the SMS console, we're not going to see anything different. This is actually something that simply runs behind the scenes. Now, one other thing that I'll show you here, if we go into all programs and the client health monitoring tool, we have a client health summary report, which is kind of beneficial to be able to take a look at outside of the SMS client. And because we just simply ran this and installed it a couple moments ago, it doesn't have any information yet. And because I'm in the lab, I don't have all my other clients on so that I can do this recording. But once we get a ping request back from each of the clients, you're going to start seeing these tables updated, and then you can go ahead and take a look through SMS and find all your machines that are showing as inactive. Let's go ahead and do one last thing and create a collection for all machines that are inactive, and that'll make it really easy for us to take a look at those types of resources here in the future. We'll call it inactive clients. Create a new rule. Add the query statement. New criteria. We're just going to make this a simple value. We're a system resource. Active is the attribute. And because we notice that we only have a 1 here, there's no 0. 1 means that it's active. So what we really want is to take a null value, not a simple value. And we just want to say that it is null. Click OK all the way back. Collection's updating itself. There we go, and I don't have any of my resources within this collection because they do not meet that criteria. So this would be a really easy way. If you did have a lot of inactive clients, we could simply do a right click, do a delete special, and that will clear out that collection. The last thing I'd like to be able to show is back here in the properties of what comes by default with SMS 2003. The real reason that we're installing the client health database is because what comes standard with SMS 2003, you cannot change the number of days before a client becomes inactive, and you can't change what rules are applied. For example, if I cancel out of here and I go back into the client health monitoring tool, on the options tab, we'll notice that I've gone ahead and I've reset these discoveries to be set to 21 days. That's simply because if you have resources like laptops that are on and off the network, possibly for a significant period of time, which to me I think 3 weeks is fairly significant, you don't want to make that client data inactive. So this is going to allow you to be more granular and specify the number of days before a client is going to be deemed inactive. I hope you enjoyed the blogcast. Have a good day.